Wants to know what happened at the BET Awards, big commotion backstage, you and Chris Brown.
That's a whole lot of paper. That's a lot of
You mean a whole lot of cheese between?
A whole lot of paper, a whole lot of haters, man.
Y'all, the internet didn't just wake up last night, it detonated. At exactly 1:47 a.m., Stefon Diggs went live looking like a man who hadn't slept in days, voice shaking, eyes burning, trying to fight back a storm he never saw coming. Comments were flying, rumors were screaming, and one explosive story kept trending, alleged DNA screenshots dragging Cardi B and Chris Brown into a scandal nobody could ignore. Stefon didn't smile. He didn't joke. He said fake reports were destroying his peace, fake screenshots were poisoning his family, and lies were spreading faster than truth ever could. And suddenly, the chat went wild. Old clips resurfaced. Old party videos went viral. Old interviews got dissected frame by frame like detectives hunting a secret. Then came the shockwave, a cryptic reaction from Offset that sent fans into panic mode. Was it anger? Was it disbelief? Or was it fear that the internet had crossed a line that can't be uncrossed? Cardi's late-night tweets about betrayal and trust only made things darker. No confirmations. No denials. Just silence. And silence on the internet is louder than screaming. By sunrise, fake lab reports were everywhere, deepfake audios were trending, and 3 names were burning across timelines while millions watched a love story collapse in real time. And now everyone is asking the same terrifying question. What truth or lie just shattered everything?
So happy. I think this is gonna be a special year. Last year was the year of the snake. So the snake sheds. And it also represents new beginning. This year is the year of the horse. So it's just like, like a horse is such a powerful animal. Ash Wednesday to fall practically on the first day of Ramadan. And I don't know if you guys noticed the moon, but it had the Muslim on Wednesday. It was like a perfect Muslim mood outside. So I just feel like it's just such a lucky year. I hope that it's a good year for me, and I hope it's a good year for y'all. We still early. Last year around, I'll say late February. I'll say about late February, early March. I just wasn't in a good. I wasn't really in a good place. I wasn't depressed or anything, but I was just like, my work and my mental was like everywhere. Like I just started practically.
Y'all, something shifted in the middle of the night. Not a loud explosion, not a headline, just a quiet notification that blinked across thousands of phones at the exact same second. Live now, Stefon Diggs. No promo, no warning, no smile. When fans joined, the room was dim. No music, no laughter. Just a man staring into a camera like he was trying to outrun a nightmare that kept following him. His eyes were red. His voice was steady, but tired. The kind of tired that comes from reading things you wish you never saw. Because hours before that live started, the internet had already been burning. Rumors were flying faster than facts. Blurry screenshots, anonymous accounts, fake-looking lab reports, all of them dragging the same 3 names into a storm no one could control. Cardi B, Chris Brown, and Stefon. No confirmations. No proof. Just speculation spreading like wildfire in dry grass. On the live, Stefon didn't accuse anyone. He didn't mention names. He just said something that froze the chat. Fake stories destroy real people. The comments exploded. People were already posting side-by-side screenshots, old concert photos, interview clips where Cardi and Chris once laughed together on stage years ago. Suddenly, harmless memories were turned into suspicious clues. Internet detectives zoomed into expressions, timestamps, captions. Every detail became evidence in a case that didn't exist. That's how rumors grow. Quietly. Then all at once. Meanwhile, Cardi's page went silent. No jokes. No selfies. Just cryptic lines about trust and betrayal posted hours earlier. Fans replayed them again and again, trying to connect dots that might never have been connected. And then something else happened. A short reaction appeared from Offset. Just a few words. Nothing direct. But enough to shake timelines. People crazy these days. No context. No explanation. But on the internet, context is optional. Emotion is enough. Within minutes, hashtags were everywhere. Some defended Cardi. Some defended Stefon. Some dragged Chris into a story he hadn't even spoken about. Old rumors came back from years ago. Fake audio clips started trending. Deep fakes. Edited screenshots. Accounts created that same night pretending to have inside information. And, suddenly, truth didn't matter anymore. Because people weren't searching for facts. They were searching for drama. Back on the live, Stefon kept talking. Calm. Careful. Like someone trying not to say the wrong thing while the whole world waited for him to explode. Don't believe everything you see, he said. But the comments kept screaming. People begged him to explain. Begged him to deny rumors. Begged him to confirm them. They wanted tears. They wanted anger. They wanted a villain. He gave them none. He just looked tired. And that's when fans noticed something else, the silence around everyone involved. No official statements. No clear denials. No explanations. Silence. And silence online is louder than confession. So the rumors grew. People started digging into old interviews, old travel photos, old lyrics, old friendships. They tried to build a timeline out of guesses and imagination. They connected strangers into stories that sounded believable, because heartbreak always looks believable. Some accounts claimed there was an alleged DNA report. Others said it was fake. Others said lawyers were involved. Others whispered that brands were watching quietly before making decisions. No one knew anything, but millions watched anyway. Because scandals don't need proof. They just need emotion. Late into the live, Stefon paused, looked down, took a breath like it hurt. Then he said, "Respect families. Stop spreading lies." He ended the stream without another word. No goodbye. No explanation. Just darkness. And that's when the internet lost control. Screenshots of the live were clipped and reposted. Fake captions added. Quotes twisted. Anonymous pages claimed insider info. Old videos of Cardi laughing at interviews suddenly looked suspicious. Old clips of Chris performing with her were called evidence. Offset's tweet was dissected like a coded message. Friends stopped commenting. Some posts disappeared. Some videos went private. Fans noticed everything. Because nothing hides online. Morning came, but the storm didn't slow down. It got worse. Fake lab documents started circulating with numbers circled in red. People compared fonts like detectives. Some said they looked fake. Others swore they were real. Nobody could prove anything. But nobody stopped sharing them either. Because fear spreads faster than truth. Through all of it, none of the three names spoke clearly. Not Cardi. Not Chris. Not Stefon again. Just silence. And that silence became a story of its own. Comment sections turned into war zones. Hashtags turned into accusations. Strangers argued about a relationship they never understood. Some said it was all lies. Some said there had to be truth hidden somewhere. Because when millions are watching, mystery feels real. And maybe the rumor is fake. Maybe the screenshots are edited. Maybe someone wanted attention and created chaos. Or maybe something real was twisted into something cruel. No one knows. But one thing is certain. That night proved how fast a love story can become a crime scene in the eyes of the internet without a single confirmed fact. And as phones kept lighting up, trending in every time zone, argued over in every comment section, turned into characters in a story nobody could confirm. Because when the internet smells heartbreak, it hunts for villains. Some fans said Stefon looked like a man betrayed. Others said he was just tired of lies. Old locker room clips were replayed in slow motion. Sideline photos were zoomed into pixel by pixel. People claimed they could see pain in his face, secrets in his eyes. Maybe they were right. Maybe they were imagining. But the rumor didn't care. By sunrise, a new twist appeared. Someone posted what looked like a detailed chart, numbers blurred, dates circled, names hidden. The caption said only one line. This is why everything changed. No source, no proof, just fear. And fear spreads faster than truth ever could. Meanwhile, Cardi's silence became louder than any statement. Her last tweets about trust breaking and loyalty hurting were reposted thousands of times. Fans said her words sounded different now. Sadder. Heavier. Like clues hidden in plain sight. Some defended her fiercely. Said she was being targeted. Said fake rumors were destroying her peace. Others questioned everything. Asked why no one was speaking clearly. Asked why posts were disappearing. Asked why friends had suddenly gone quiet. Because silence creates stories. Then came another ripple, an old reaction from Offset resurfaced again, reposted with dramatic music, slowed down, turned into a theory of its own. People debated what he meant. People guessed what he knew. People built entire timelines from a single sentence. And suddenly, the scandal didn't belong to three people anymore. It belonged to the internet. Podcast clips started trending. Commentators whispering about loyalty in celebrity relationships. About fame turning private pain into public entertainment. One voice said something chilling. When a rumor is emotional enough, proof becomes optional. That line echoed everywhere. Because deep down, people weren't chasing truth. They were chasing shock. Fake audio clips surfaced next. Voices that sounded real, saying things nobody could verify. Experts said they were deepfakes. Fans said they felt real. And feelings online are stronger than facts. Old party photos of Cardi and Chris were reposted with dramatic captions. Old interviews were reinterpreted. Moments that once meant nothing were suddenly suspicious. And the darkest part? Millions watched like it was a movie. Because fame turns strangers into witnesses. Back in private, nobody knew what the three names were feeling. Maybe they were scared. Maybe they were angry. Maybe they were laughing at lies. Maybe they were hurting in silence. The world will never know. But the internet kept digging. Anonymous accounts claimed insiders were leaking things. Others said lawyers were involved. Others whispered brands were watching quietly before deciding who to support. Because scandals don't just hurt feelings. They threaten empires. Then another strange thing happened. Stefon posted a single line, then deleted it minutes later. Some truths don't need noise. No one saved proof. But people swore they saw it. And suddenly, the rumor felt real again. Because pain always looks believable. Meanwhile, Cardi's fans flooded timelines defending her. Chris Brown's fans demanded people stop dragging his name into unverified gossip. Others blamed bloggers, clout chasers, fake insiders. Everyone had a theory. No one had facts. And still, the story kept growing. Because mystery is addictive. Hours later, a short clip of Stefon from months earlier resurfaced, laughing with friends, joking about loyalty, saying he believed honesty mattered more than fame. The internet replayed it thousands of times. Because now, it sounded like a warning. People said maybe the truth had been hiding in plain sight. Maybe the relationship had been cracking quietly while fans were cheering loudly. Maybe smiles were covering pain nobody could see. Or maybe, none of it was real. Because rumors don't need reality. They need emotion. By evening, hashtags turned cruel. Strangers attacked strangers. Comment sections filled with anger, jokes, insults, fake claims. The story stopped being about people and became entertainment. And that's when the scariest part arrived. What if none of this was true? What if fake screenshots destroyed real lives? What if millions were watching heartbreak that didn't exist? Because behind every viral scandal, there are real nights without sleep. Real families reading lies. Real people wondering how their lives became headlines. And the internet never apologizes. Tonight, the world is still waiting. Waiting for denial. Waiting for proof. Waiting for someone to explain what really happened behind the silence. But maybe there is no explanation. Maybe the truth is simple, and the rumor is cruel. Or maybe the truth is complicated, and nobody is ready to hear it. Until then, three names remain trapped inside a storm they didn't start. And every refresh of a timeline adds another layer to a mystery built on whispers. Because in the age of fame, love stories don't end quietly. They end in screenshots, in silence, in speculation. And sometimes, the loudest sound in the world is a rumor nobody can stop. The storm didn't fade. It tightened. Because by the third night, timelines stopped asking questions and started telling stories like they were facts. The same clips, the same rumors, the same three names, Stefon Diggs, Cardi B, and Chris Brown looping endlessly across screens like a mystery that refused to solve itself. No confirmation, no proof, just noise. And noise became a weapon. Anonymous accounts started dropping inside details. Some said lawyers were preparing statements. Others said private meetings were happening behind closed doors. A few claimed brands were quietly pulling back, waiting to see which way the truth would fall. Every rumor sounded believable, because heartbreak always sounds believable. Meanwhile, Stefon stayed silent. No new live. No tweets. No explanation. Just a quiet account with fans refreshing every minute, hoping for clarity. But clarity never came. Instead, an old interview resurfaced. A clip where Stefon laughed about loyalty, about trusting people carefully, about protecting family from fame. The internet replayed it thousands of times, like it was a prophecy. People said he knew. Across another timeline, Cardi posted a photo with no caption. No filters. No smile. Just eyes looking tired. Within seconds, the comments exploded, some sending love, others accusing, others begging her to speak. Because silence online feels like guilt, even when it's just exhaustion. And Chris Brown's name kept echoing through hashtags he never started. Old collaborations were reposted. Old photos misread. Old interviews twisted. Fans argued endlessly, defending, attacking, guessing. A story built from whispers. Then came the darkest moment. Someone leaked what looked like a voice recording. Two voices arguing, distorted, impossible to verify. Experts said it sounded fake. Fans said it felt real. And that feeling was enough. Because emotion doesn't need proof. By morning, even people who didn't follow celebrities were hearing about the scandal. It reached group chats, workplaces, family dinners. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone believed they knew what happened. But nobody actually knew anything. That's how modern scandals grow, not from truth, but from curiosity. Back behind the screens, real lives kept moving. Real phones kept ringing. Real families kept reading headlines they didn't ask for. Friends stopped answering calls. Managers wrote statements that were never posted. Lawyers watched quietly. Because once a rumor becomes global, it never fully disappears. Late that night, another strange thing happened. A fan account claimed Stefon had liked a post about betrayal, then unliked it minutes later. No screenshots survived, but people swore they saw it. And suddenly, the storm restarted. New theories, new accusations, new heartbreak. People said maybe the relationship had been breaking quietly for months. Maybe smiles on red carpets were hiding arguments at home. Maybe the truth was smaller than rumors, or bigger than anyone imagined. Or maybe there was no truth at all. Because sometimes the loudest scandals are built on nothing. Meanwhile, the internet grew cruel. Memes appeared. Jokes were made. Strangers mocked people they'd never met. Pain became entertainment. And that's when the real tragedy showed itself. Not in a fake report, not in a rumor, but in the way millions watched a private story like it was a crime documentary. Because fame turns humans into characters and forgets they feel. Days passed. Still no clear statements. Still no confirmations. Just silence heavy enough to crush curiosity into anger. Fans began to doubt everything. Some said the rumors were planted for attention. Others said someone was hiding something huge. Others begged everyone to stop spreading lies. But it was too late. Once a name is dragged through speculation, it never leaves clean. Tonight, the same question still echoes through timelines. What really happened between Stefon, Cardi, and the rumors tying Chris Brown into a story he never confirmed? Was it heartbreak? Was it misunderstanding? Was it a lie that grew too big to control? Or was it proof that the internet doesn't need truth? It just needs a headline. Because in the end, nobody remembers who started a rumor. They only remember the damage it caused. And somewhere behind the screens, real people try to sleep while strangers argue about their lives. That's the cost of fame. That's the danger of silence. And that's why this mystery still refuses to die, because until someone speaks clearly, the story will keep growing in the dark corners of timelines, louder than truth, louder than reason, louder than reality itself. So now the world waits. Refreshing. Guessing. Watching. Because the next post, the next statement, the next whisper, could finally reveal everything. Or prove that nothing was ever real at all. And now the silence feels heavier than every rumor combined. Screens keep refreshing, fans keep arguing, and three names, Stefon Diggs, Cardi B, and Chris Brown, keep burning across timelines while nobody gives a straight answer. Old clips keep resurfacing, fake screenshots keep circulating, and every cryptic post gets treated like evidence in a trial that never happened. People are choosing sides without facts, friendships are turning silent, and reputations are shaking while the truth stays locked behind closed doors. If these rumors are lies, why hasn't anyone crushed them completely? If even a piece is real, how long was the truth hiding behind smiles and red carpet photos? Because in the age of viral scandals, silence isn't peace, it's gasoline. Every minute without clarity makes the story darker, louder, and more dangerous. Fans are digging through interviews, decoding captions, replaying every word like detectives hunting a secret that might not even exist. And somewhere in all this chaos, real lives are watching their names become headlines they never asked for. So now it's your turn. Tell us what you really think happened. Was this heartbreak twisted into rumor, a cruel lie that went too far, or a truth nobody is ready